Good morning, friends. It is a beautiful day in May. The birds are chirping, the air is fresh, the green things are growing, and it's time to do some farming. Today, my plan is to make hay while the sun shines. I need to get hay going for my cows. I need to do a feed mix, and I am out of hay. So we gotta mow that field and ted it and then row it and pick it up and put it in my hay loft, and then I can make some feed mix. Over here at the shop right now, you can see I've spent some money, and this is one of the things I spent the money on. It is time to buy a weeder. I had all that extra money. I keep having to rent this, so I just bought it this time. I said to heck with it. I'm not gonna keep spending all the money on the rentals. I need to wash this tractor. It's very dirty. Let's hop in here, and I'll tell you what else I've been up to and spending money on. So that field with the soybeans, if you remember, half of it was a field that I already had, and that part was shallow cultivated at the end of my last growing season. I can't even remember what I was growing in there. I've been so busy. So that side that was shallow cultivated is full of weeds now. And the side that was plowed, that I bought that new property and plowed up part of it, that part is weed free. So I only have to weed half of that field. And then all of my other fields that I plowed are also weed free. So we've got a little bit of weeding to do, but not everything, thankfully. I was kind of hoping to offload this work, maybe I still will, to my worker. But let's take a look at what else I've been spending the money on and what he has been very busy with before we head out there. Over here at the farmer's market, got a new building here. Let me hop out and show you what we've done. So my worker has had my truck out here. He is moving stuff out of the factory. Javon, I think I mentioned last month, has been sort of piling stuff up in that factory and didn't mention it to me. He was trying to be helpful. But my worker has been moving stuff around, and he noticed the issue. So we put up this little shed here. It's just a place to put some overflow pallets from that factory that Jenny can't sell yet. She doesn't have the space in the farmer's market to take this inventory. So it's just a little building that locks. And we've got all of the flour in here. So this is almost everything. It's not quite everything. There's still a little bit in the factory. Javon is using it to make the bread. I think we might have a little bit of bread back here in the back. If we do... Oh, I don't even think... Okay, good. I told my worker... Oh, are you kidding me? Is it all the way in the corner back there? I told him to get it out of the back because Jenny's never going to be able to reach it. Oh, I think there's some back there. Dang it. I'm going to crawl over it. I don't want to crawl over the top of these. Well, I'm going to have him move all this stuff because there's no way Jenny can get to the bread in the back there. That's just great. Anywho, this is what we've been up to. And he's been very busy moving all this stuff for me, so he hasn't had time to do actual farming. And I've got some other stuff that I will show you when we get over to that field. Basically more of the same on a different scale. So yeah, this is keeping him busy. But maybe I can get him to come and weed this. I don't know. Maybe I should just do it myself. Obviously, I'm going to have him restack all that stuff. hard to find good help. What can I say? No, I shouldn't say that. He's a good guy, and I'm sure he'll do fine. This was just a little oversight. We'll have a chat about it. It'll be fine afterward. So yeah, Leo is still being held for observation. I have had the opportunity to visit him a few times, fortunately. It's keeping me sane. And his family has been able to visit him. I don't know when they're going to let him resume duties. I don't know if he even wants to go back to piloting. Like I said, he's not himself. And he's being kind of weird, honestly. I don't know. It seems like he's not that happy to see me when I come visit him. And he still says he can't talk about what happened while he was gone, where he's been all this time. And I still don't know if that means can't as in I'm too traumatized to talk about it, or can't as in Frontier Security won't let me talk about it, or can't as in don't remember, literally can't talk about it. I don't know. So I'm just trying really hard to be patient and not push, and hope that there will be some answers soon. I've been trying to get some more information. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but he mentioned I should stop looking for Phoenix. And I kind of take that to mean that Phoenix is, I don't know, not coming back. Has been hurt. Was hurt when Leo got taken, or whatever happened. And I'm a little bit puzzled by Leo saying he can't talk about stuff, but also saying not to go looking for Phoenix anymore. So I really want to know what the deal is there. There's my new building. Let me show you what's going on there, and then I'll get into the suiting. So yeah, I'm so relieved he's back and feeling better, but there's stuff going on that I want to know. I want to know what it is. Okay, so this is another new building that I put up, and that right there maybe is a clue about this building. We'll take a look inside in just a sec. So, if you remember, Nelson's been working the dairy for me, and I had my telehandler over here so he could move stuff around, but then I needed it back over there in my main yard so I could move stuff around, and driving it back and forth is an awful pain because it goes like 6 miles an hour. It's really, really slow. And it's maybe more than he needs here. It's a telehandler, and he doesn't need to reach things that are high. So, the other thing is, he's just been sort of stacking stuff outside the dairy here when he needs to make space inside. And obviously that's not great when it's hot out. So far, it's been pretty cool over the winter, but as the weather warms up, we're going to have a problem. So, I had this put in. Let's get in here. Cold storage. So right now it's pretty empty. We just got a little bit of butter and some cheese in here. We also need to age the cheese, and I'm going to have to keep that around longer. Some of it anyway. So I need a place where I can store it. So I've had this nice cold storage building put in. And I bought a telehandler to be over here permanently, so Nelson can move stuff back and forth over to cold storage, or my worker can do that for him, depending on how busy they are. So yeah, I'm real happy about that. I think, as much as I don't want to be moving pallets around all the time, and now this will free me up from doing that a little bit since they can do it on their own, it's kind of necessary now that I've got these productions going, and I'm going to have more soon with the sugar, and hopefully a real bakery that can do cakes and things. So, working my way up to get you all fed out there in the city. And yeah, just adding the infrastructure I need to support things. So again, I'm down to around 800,000 now, and I still want to buy a big tractor because I've got that bigger roller now that I can't even run on this. And I'm going to need more equipment anyway, as I have people helping me with farm work. So, gotta be smart about how I spend this money. And I gotta put up a sugar factory soon. I need to break ground on that, actually. Oh, I forgot to mention the other thing while I was over there in the new storage shed that we put up. We have been making headway, actually, with the town council getting the permits that we need to put up a residential building on that property. So I've got an architect. He's drawn up some plans for me. I know what we're going to put there. And we have submitted the plans to the council, and it's sort of moving through the process now. So I think, I don't know, I'm hoping for fall we can get that building up and start hiring more workers, because I think when the time comes, I didn't really think about this when I planted, all of these fields on this side of the road are going to be ready in October. That is a lot of harvesting to do in October. So I'm going to need help. There's no way I can do all of that. And then we're going to have to turn all these fields around for more planting. And I hope if I make enough money over the winter from selling things to buy another property, maybe I'll go in this direction. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, if I'm going to keep expanding, I need those workers, so I need that building to go up so I have a place to house them. And hopefully that will incentivize people to come and work for me, since we're out here in the frontier where it's maybe a little less safe. The other thing, where those strange marks were in this field, you can see there's so many weeds. It's like a different color even than the other soybean part that is not full of weeds. Check it, it's just wild. It's going to be easy to figure out where I need to weed. So you remember those marks we found? Those marks are gone now. They disappeared. I was wondering if they would make it so that the soybean couldn't grow where those marks were. But it seems to be growing just fine. It's a little spotty still, but yeah, I don't think those marks are actually preventing anything from growing here. So, I don't know what that was. I've sent it off to a few people. Yeah, there's no sign of it now. I sent off the video and some aerial shots I pulled from the drone to some people to try to figure out if there's any clue. Honestly, it kind of seems like the kind of thing that Frontier Security should be in on, but I don't want to get in that, and I know they're gonna... If it's something real, they won't tell me anyway, and they'll probably come and confiscate my stuff. And yeah, I don't want to get into that. So instead, let's get into this tractor and do some weeding. And then afterward, we'll get over there and get the mowing done and start making hay in that field. Catch y'all on the other side of a time lapse. Okay, I've taken the weeder off that tractor for now and put the forage pickup wagon on it. I have to use that tractor because this little one's not big enough to pull that. I've got this little one set up for mowing, so we're going to get into this field and mow. Oh, I totally forgot to mention, I got all the chaff moved out of Siobhan's factory too. So it's in here. I've loaded it into the pit. I compacted it, and now it's fermenting into silage. So we're going to have extra silage here. This looks like it should be a really good crop of grass. So I think this is going to make some lovely hay. And then I can get the feed mix going for the cows. So, I was thinking, you've seen me mow this field a bunch of times already. I might not have you watch me mow. Look at the corn, it's coming up. Young corn is just so funny. Yeah, I hear ya. It's just so... It doesn't look anything like the full-grown corn. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Anyway, I'm just being silly now. Okay, so I'm probably not going to record... Well, I'll record everything, but maybe I'll cut out the mowing part. And I'll show you the tedding, maybe. I don't ted very often. I'm not sure if you've even seen me use the tedder yet. And then maybe I'll skip the rowing, because you've seen me row it a bunch of times. And then maybe I'll do the pickup part? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. I just don't want this video to get too long, and mowing can take a while, and I will definitely roll afterward off camera. So, we'll see how much of this you see. I admit I was expecting a little more hay than I got off that field. I put away the pickup wagon here. Guess I really should wash this. Yeah. I'm gonna get this back out and wash it, actually. But I was kind of expecting over 100,000 liters, and I think I might have not broken 100. I'm pretty sure when I got that grass, it was like 120,000. Oh, I wonder how much of that was the silage additive. So this is way more chaff that I got out of Javon's factory than I normally get off of this field in grass. Maybe I'm going to have to take the second cut off this field as hay also, because that's not going to go super far given all the cows I've got now, so we'll see. I'll get a couple feed mixes made up to give to my dairy cows and my beef cows, and then I'll hook up the roller and get this grass stubble crushed down, so we'll get some nice fertilizer out of it, and then that will be the immediate pressing farm chores. I may take you over to the pizzeria later. There's some weird stuff going on out there. Not the flying saucer part. People from the city are still coming out in droves. We're making pretty good money on the factory. I'm clearing close to 9,000 a month after paying my staff out there. And people want more. I actually have had people starting to ask if we would do paid tours into Old Town, like guided tours, which Frontier Security has made clear that's a restricted area, so I don't feel like I can do that. But why are people so fascinated? I was just trying to get... Honestly, I was trying to put pressure on Frontier Security to tell me something about Leo, so I didn't have to go back out there. But I was not really bargaining for how much people from the city wanted to know what's going on out there. And see it for themselves, and say they've been there, and all the tourism stuff. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried about what I've started. I'll just say it that way. I haven't been back there since Leo came back. I've been busy anyway with all the farming. It's a busy time of year with the planting, and then soon it's going to get busy with harvesting. So really winter is the only time I have to go in there. I don't really want to go in there now that Leo's back. It's creepy, and I don't know what there actually is there. At the very least, there's a bunch of rubble, and it's not very safe to walk around just from that perspective, even if there's not some creature or whatever living there. Anyway, that's just something I'm going to have to figure out. Oh my god, what was that? That looks like it's coming from the direction of Javon's factory. Oh no.